guys? Today is April 8th, 5:42 p.m. 2025. So I just recorded 20 videos to be edited. So I made my content for the week. I need to edit it now. And so that's what I'm going to spend the rest of my evening doing. But I feel fucking great that I did this because not only did I do it, but I did it quick. Much faster than last time, which, what did I say last time? I made a whole episode about it. Let's be accurate here. What the fuck did I say? So if we go back, where is it? It's like 11 standards within 11. I made 11 reels in 5 hours, the new standard. That's total. So I don't know if I'll beat that total, but what I did do is I made 20 videos, and I did that in, when did I start recording? I know I made a post or something. I did that 2 hours. So 2 hours took me roughly to record 20 videos. Now, granted, 6 of them were just me sitting at my desk reading testimonials. So you could just say 14. So I made 14 videos in 2 hours, which I think that might be on pace for what I've already done. But whatever, I just feel fucking good because the reason why it was so smooth is because I had the reel or the hook I wanted to use, a very short script that I wanted to say, and that's it. And then I said it, and then I moved the fuck on. That was it. That's all I did. So, hell yes. That feels cool. And I wanted to capture this because I feel so good about this. I just feel so good to finally get it done. So now, what I'm going to do is go on to CapCut on desktop, and I'm going to edit these motherfuckers and go from there. So there's quite a bit of footage on my camera, and if I'm going to be honest, I don't think I'm going to get through everything tonight. I'd like to, but there's a lot of footage on here. New version, beta test. What the fuck is this? Fix some known issues, improve the streaming experiences. Yeah, let's install it, whatever. But I think the thing that is the best is that I'm looking at my calendar, and this is exactly what's on my calendar, man. Exactly what I got to do today. And I did it. And I still have 2 hours to do all this. I mean, technically, if I record the show now, then it's going to be 30 minutes more. But it just feels good. I wanted to capture this feeling because I'm pumped that I got this done. So it's one of those things, man. I got really down on myself before I started recording because I was just thinking about everything. And I'm like, dude, I really want to. I want to do all these different things, and I want to make sure that I'm on point with, all these different areas in my life, but I'm just not. It's frustrating. Why can't I be on top of my shit, And it's something that I actually tell clients in Emmy. So the Pro Max Pro. All right. It's something I tell Mina's clients often is that, we have to prepare. We have to get our shit in order because there's the 5 P's, right? There's proper preparation prevents poor performance. And then there is the failing to prepare is preparing to fail. And so that's it. Life is just on easy mode if you can just prepare. If you have all your meals and you have everything laid out, you're ready to go, it's easy. You're done, Like how easy is it to get to the top floor of a building? You just climb the fucking stairs. It's already laid out for you. You just go. How hard is it to get to the top floor of a building that you haven't even built yet? Dude, you have to fucking make the thing before you can then get to the top. So it's the getting everything out of the way, completing what you need to do, and then trying to get to the top. Make the staircase before you climb the stairs. Fuck, that's good, huh? Ha, damn, I'm the man. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is just spend the evening editing videos. And we'll go from there. I still have to post one more time today, but I've been actually reading around and apparently posting 3 times per day on social media or on Instagram. If it's not different, it's just not a good call. So all good. We only have 2 more weeks of this, and then I can withdraw from posting 3 times a day like this. What I want to do is switch up the kind of content. So I'm going to have a reel per day. And then I'm going to have a carousel post per day, something like that, and then a normal post or a text post or something. I don't know. That's the idea. But I don't know. This is the thing that's I'm learning about myself is that I think I'm very I want to capitalize the fuck out of something, but I want to batch make everything, and I want to make a shit ton of it because I can, and then just use and abuse the system so that I can get the most results, most engagement, most reach, views, shares, likes, sends, whatever, all the shit, and do that repeatedly, same word. So what I mean is, I just made 20 videos in 2 hours. So imagine, and this is extreme, I'm not going to do this, but I'm just going to paint the picture. I feel like extreme examples always paint the picture, but they're always received wrong. But they paint the picture the best. But anyway, if I made 20 videos today, then in theory, I should be able to post 20 times per day. I'm not going to do that because that's crazy, to post once an hour. But I want to do that because I know that I can now, and I know that posting 20 times a day is, apparently it's worse than posting once a day. But in my head, it's better because 20 different posts, 20 different different ways that the post could go. It could reach so many different eyes, whatever. But yeah, so the fact that now I've proven to myself that I can post 3 times a day, and I'm now seeing that I should not do that, that's just bumming me out, man. It's like, hey, it's like at work, dude. Like if I finally figure out that I can do a certain process 10 times faster or whatever, but they're like, oh, actually you can't because it's actually not in the book, so I can't do that, bud. That's a bummer, dude, because it's like, well, I now know that I can go 10 times faster and be 10 times more efficient, but it does more harm than good now for whatever reason. So that, I struggle with that, but it's all good. So maybe it'll be good if I can just hone in the skill of making one reel per day. Recording recording 7 reels, posting 1 reel per day, and then whatever the other post might be. Because maybe twice a day is where it's at, but I've proven that I can do 3. And I've proven that 3, for myself, that 3 is not hard. You just have to have the content ready and made and all that stuff. So, yeah. How's this? So yeah, I just wanted to share that. I feel really good about everything today, and I want to keep this momentum going. So I might just end the show here unless there's anything else I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I do. I actually have a lot more I want to talk about. But anyway, so yeah, so we have, let me pull this up. So as far as other things I want to talk about, we have this deferred resignation program, round 2. I mentioned it. I always forget to talk about it in depth, so I'm going to do that real quick. So first round, it was for every single government employee, every single one. If you were employed by the federal government, it applied for you, and you could apply for it. You could get rejected. You could be exempted. It could be appealed, whatever. But this time, the second time, it's per department. So my department is the Department of Defense, Department of Air Force, and so they're running their own, and they are offering the same exact thing. So I would get paid until September 30th. I wouldn't work. And so same thing. So if you don't know about any of that stuff, then go back and listen to like 30 episodes ago, something like that. I think it's called Unofficially Quitting My Job or something like that. Bummer news, maybe. Let's see. Government raising the standard. Sim situation. Feature of the show. Crossroads. Price. My podcast. One call, 1 minute. Doing check-ins laptop. Ego problem. Ego epiphany. Good day. Money's not my goal. It's just okay. So go back to listen to around episode 480. I talk about the resignation, but anyway, so talking with my boss's boss, he said to my face that he doesn't see any reason why we would be exempt. And I said, well, aren't we mission critical because we work on F-35s and that's a hot ticket item? And he says, oh, no, not really, because there's 17 other people in here alone that know exactly how to do what you're doing. And, in retrospect, that's kind of a dick way of saying like, hey, bro, you're replaceable. You're not special. But for my goal and my intentions here, tell me that shit all day long so that I know that I'm leaving, So I'm not getting my hopes up, but it does seem likely this time. And I was actually just talking to some of my coworkers today, And I said, I've been pushing so hard for this, and I've been trying to learn more and make this happen and apply and learn. And, well, you know, that once it is real, it's not going to feel real. And for example, they could say, hey man, today's your last day, peace out. And I would say, oh, cool. And then I'd get home and then I'd say, oh shit, now it's go time, you know? Now, I think this is kind of a prediction, but I feel like if I get this opportunity, I feel like I'm going to have a fucking metamorphosis in the next 5 months. Because if I'm given 5 straight months of just nothing but what I'm trying to work on, and that's all I have to worry about, I feel like I'm either going to fold, and fold I mean like not quit, but just like, I don't know, overthink and just not do anything. That is a possibility, I'm being real. Or I just go so hard and in the meantime feel like I'm not doing shit, but then actually start making sales, and that money can then support me into the next era of life. Because we just discovered this, you know, if you go back and listen to episode 532, it finally feels within reach. It feels so fucking close now, knowing just how actually close I am. Because I just have to sell 2 clients. It's actually 3, so I'm going to start saying 3. I just have to sell 3 clients a month to support myself financially and not have to worry about anything else. 3. Just 3. And now let's say that I never renew anybody. So once somebody's in the program, they never keep on going. They just stop. So let's say that that's the case. 3 clients times 6 for a maximum of 18 people. 18 people is the most amount of people I'll ever have in the program at one time. 18 people is a lot more than what I have now, but 18 people is manageable by one person for sure. So when you put all these pieces together, that all I have to do is do 3 people a month and then do that for 6 months. Well, actually just do 3 people a month forever. Meanwhile, people like Mina do 7 people in one day. There's levels to this shit. So then that's when I have to start worrying about the teams and the systems and all that stuff. But for me, 3 a month, that's it. 18 every 6 months. When you think about it that way, that's crazy. 18 people every 6 months to financially support me. And also, if I am moving in with Lexi, so what's actually crazy is we're moving in together around the same time frame that this resignation period ends. Meaning, once I stop getting paid from there, that's when we're going to move in together. So there is that pressure there to make sure that my shit is going. So that way, when we do move in together, she doesn't have to be the one supplying income for the both of us for the time being. Now, worst case scenario, if that happened, everything blew up, I would definitely go get a job, 100%. That's not even a question. I would probably work stupid hours just to make sure that finances were not a stressor for us whatsoever, because they're not. We don't live together, but there's never stress ever about finances. And I'm just going to put her on the spot really quick because I think she's fucking awesome. But from the start, I said, hey, I'm not doing well financially. So if there's any way that we can just split everything, or I'll take care of this, you take care of that. For the time being, that would be fucking awesome. I know that I would definitely want to pay for everything. I don't want you to have to, but for now, I can't afford everything by myself. So I didn't say those exact words, but it's pretty much how I came across. And she has been nothing but supportive of that. Very cool about it. For example, we'll go out to dinner. I'll buy dinner. And then the next day we'll go to the grocery store, buy breakfast, and I don't know, we'll buy ingredients for home cooked dinner or dessert, whatever, and she'll pick it up. Or I'll pay for the ticket or she'll pay for the ticket to the thing that we go to, and I'll pay for parking, or vice versa. Or I'll buy dinner and then she'll buy dessert, whatever it is. And somehow it always evens out. And even if it doesn't, I don't give a shit. It's just the fact that I have a partner that is so supportive and understanding of my situation that they are able to kind of put away the gender roles of like the guy that pays for everything. He does this, whatever. And she is able to cover for me straight up, because I'm negative $1,000 a fucking month, dude. Technically 400 because I get Mina's money, but yeah. So just the fact that I have that support is, I don't even want to call it support. The fact that I have a partner that is just understanding of that, that's just, I feel like, I feel like Lexi is so fucking great to me that I don't even know how great she is. So a lot of these things I'm just like, oh yeah, of course, she's wonderful. But then, I don't ever want to take any of this for granted. And I just, long way of saying we don't have financial stress. We don't live together, but we don't have any of that. And I want to keep it that way. So worst comes to worst, I would just go back to FedEx, make the same amount of money I do now, be stinky, gross cucka, and go from there. So, but shit, why wouldn't I take advantage of this? So anyway, it's seeming very likely that this happens, and I'm hopeful. I want this to happen. I really do. But if it doesn't, I just feel good because I talked about it before, but I almost just made $1,500, right? I almost just made that on a call, on a casual, was it Tuesday afternoon, Monday afternoon, whatever it is. And if I can just do that 3 times a month, I'm good. I'm fucking good. That's it. And I did that while working the hours that I do and working for Mina and all this stuff. And I make it sound like it's some big thing, but one week it's 50 hours total. The next week it is 40 hours, or it's 41 hours total. And nothing crazy. It's nothing out of the ordinary. It's just that I overthink it and I feel like it's hard. But truth is, it is hard, but that's like Alex Ramosi says, this is exactly what hard feels like. So as long as I can be cool with that, then we'll be good. So anyway, let's assume it all goes through. May 1st, I would be an unemployed man. And if I had to guess, it would be one of my least favorite things about having a Mac is that you can't just click the calendar and it pulls up the calendar. I want to see it like Windows where it just has the numbers. I don't want to see dates. I just want to see the numbers. Anyway, so May 1st is a Thursday. And that Friday after is a Friday that I would work. So I feel like I would work May 1st and 2nd, and then weekend 3rd, 4th, and then May 5th. Isn't it something like May the 4th be with you? And then it's like Revenge of the 6th. I don't know. What the hell is this, dude? Anyway, so I feel like my last day wouldn't be the 1st. It would probably be the 2nd, in which case I wouldn't return to work on the 5th. That's my prediction if it goes through. That's just what the government does. But who knows? So assuming that it does go through, I have from May 5th to October 1st to make shit happen. And that's a lot of pressure for sure, because it went from 8 months to 7 months to now 5 months really quick. But I would just, I just have to lock the fuck in. And I feel like I have some momentum going right now because I'm proving to myself that I can make a shit ton of content and videos and post on social media 3 times a day, in which I probably will just resort back to 2, unless I can figure out some kind of plan. But if 3 is actually hurting me, that sucks. But the Blade 2 made me do it. All good. Which, let's see, what are we on? So that's, I'm going to have to ask Lexi what day we're on. I totally forgot. What's funny is I failed Blade 1 500 times, and every time I did it, I just knew exactly what day I was on. That's because I journaled about it, kind of. I wrote what I was good at, bad at, and I wrote the day, so I always knew what day I was on. But now I have no fucking idea. I think I'm on 16 now. No, today's Tuesday. It's got to be day 17. It's got to be Blade 2, day 17. Which means I have 4 weeks left on the spot. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 2 weeks left on the spot. So got to make 42 more posts, and then I can resort back to twice a day. But yeah. So I got the momentum going. I've got my whole calendar set up, and I feel good with it. I'm sticking to it. And even though, like, for example, today, it was a busier day at work. I got in a little bit later. And then I had class, so I had to go learn some shit at a different building. And I drive back, ate lunch later, then I finished that. And then I was talking to some coworkers about some stuff. So I didn't have the typical downtime that I normally would to do all my stuff. So I didn't read. Actually, I did read later in the day. I didn't do any CLA modules. I didn't do any content creation or drafts. I didn't do any working on the business at work. And I got home from work, and then I actually laid down, and I took a 12-hour nap that was actually only 15 minutes, and I felt incredible. And now here we are making the podcast. It's now 6 o'clock, and I now have an hour and a half to edit these videos. I don't think I'll be able to do it, to be honest. 20 videos in an hour and a half? That's fucking crazy. You know, that's a video every 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. I don't know. Yeah. It's one video every 4.5 minutes. It takes me 4 minutes to even put the clip into the goddamn thing. But, yeah, I'm following the calendar. Everything feels good. The workouts have been great when I go to the gym. One thing I need to tackle is my nutrition for sure, and meal preps and stuff like that. So a real test will be on Friday when I grocery shop and meal prep. So we'll see how I do there, but whatever. And yeah, so I'm just prioritizing what I need to get done the most, because I think if I would have just focused on that go high level thing for Mina, I'd probably still be working on that. And I wouldn't have meal prepped yesterday, which was only 4 burritos, but still, I wouldn't have filmed any content. I wouldn't have anything to post. I wouldn't have anything like that. And I'd just be focusing on his stuff. And then I'd probably be more frustrated. So, yeah, a long way to say that the momentum that I have going right now, I just feels good. And I just want to I want to capitalize on this shit. And truthfully, I just want to start 75 hard, because I listen to Real AF, which is Andy Purcell's podcast, creator of 75 Hard. If you are listening to this show before you've ever heard of him, then I am fucking honored. But he's got a program. It's called 75 Hard. It's a mental toughness program. That's kind of how I came up with the idea of the Blade, which is free on episode 3 of the Allegiant Excellence podcast. But anyway, that program changed my life. So I was listening to his podcast yesterday. They were doing a Q&AF, which is a question and answer. And they did live call-ins for the first time, which is cool. And I can't remember if he was talking to the guy or if he said it after the fact, but he said once he started living the Live Hard lifestyle, not the program, but just was living the lifestyle, that's when shit changed for him. And that's when shit changed for me too. When I was doing 75 Hard, everything got better immensely, overnight almost. Because I went from feeling like I was never going to meet anybody as far as a girl goes, and I didn't know what I was doing in life. I didn't know what career path or what I wanted to do. I was moving around. I started drinking alcohol more often. I was trying to. I didn't even really care for it, but I was trying to, And then I moved back home, get a job, bumming it off my uncle and aunt, fucking glad. And that I just had no idea what I was doing. I just was so lost. So I did the program, cried on day 75, life changed forever, and this podcast was born from it. So maybe it's just because the weather's nice as fuck and I want to be outside walking. Truthfully speaking, that's part of it. But yeah, now that would throw my schedule through a loop here, because I would have 45 minutes less per day to do shit. Technically, if we really want to get technical, if I record a podcast when I'm doing my outdoor cardio, then that frees up a half hour. So it's really only adding 15 minutes to my schedule. Because if my workout ends at 4:15, then I can start my outdoor workout at 7:15, which means it would end at around 8. And 8 o'clock is when I start my nighttime routine. So if I do my podcast while, it would just be a pretty good replacement of time. So rather than all these extra tasks and I got to do all this shit, I already read, I'm already drinking water. I'm not doing a gallon, but you can definitely get that back. Not following any diet, but I would do intermittent fasting, and I want to do that because I hate having to eat all the time. If I could just have an IV hooked up, dude, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. And I'm not complaining or bitching about having to eat all the time, but what I will say is not having to, like if I'm intermittent fasting, that's just great, because I wake up, don't have to worry about breakfast or even lunch or anything like that. And, then I go to work, then I have lunch, whatever, go to the gym, do my thing. And then I come home and it's like, okay, you had a protein shake after the gym, eat one more time and you're done. So I just feel like that's 10 times better for me and my schedule and my preferences and what I like. So anyway, if I did this, I would do intermittent fasting. So that may be better. And I definitely would be on a cut because I'm not trying to bulk by eating 3,500 calories in 8 hours. It sounds like hell. But yeah, so I guess I would go on a cut for 10 weeks and it would be crazy to see what I would look like in 10 weeks. Because if I was just cutting straight for 10 weeks with 75 hard, with the outdoor workouts, the double workouts, all this stuff, leads me to believe that I would lose 20 pounds if I'm losing like 2 pounds a week, which is 1% of my body weight, which is slightly under the recommended weight loss for somebody. So I guess it just depends on typically what I do for clients who join the program, and this is not me trying to sell you on the program, but they'll join, and my goal is to get them to lose minimum 1 pound a week, no more than 2. But what I'm learning more about is that per body weight, per type, per person, it can be from 0.4 pounds, about 0.4% of their body weight to 1.2%. So if somebody is 100 pounds, then losing 1.2 pounds would be the max, and the lowest would be 0.4 pounds. Anything more than that, it's looking at the unsustainable range. Anything less than that, and you're more dancing with the maintenance calories. So for me, being 200 pounds, then that would be 2.4 pounds per week. And I don't want to, I just think that's so aggressive, dude. That I don't know. That's really aggressive. So staying between 1.5 to 2 to start, I think that's much better. I definitely want to lose more than 0.4 pounds a week, but yeah, don't want to starve myself either. So anyway, so the whole 75 hard thing, that is definitely more of a hot topic for me in my life right now than anything else. But yeah, so who knows? I might do that soon. Here's the thing. I'm going on a road trip with Lexi at the end of June. And listen to this. Siri, what day will it be in 76 days from today?
It's Monday, June 23rd, 2025.
I definitely don't want to be on the program when I'm road tripping and doing all that in California. I don't want to be doing that. Now, I will if I have to, because I believe you should start the program, and you should start it, and you should not worry about what things are coming up, what you'll miss, what you have to, whatever, because I think that's what makes the program even more powerful. And if your goal is to learn, to grow, to progress, to develop as an individual, then I think you should. Now, in the past, I have definitely failed phase 1 and then waited to start it until after Halloween so that I would finish before Thanksgiving or whatever. After Thanksgiving, before Christmas Eve, something like that. And yeah, so I guess I'm contradicting myself there, but guess what, dude? Oh, well. So, yeah, so if I want to start it before then, if I want to finish the program before then, I'd have to start in the next week. So, we'll see. Not to mention, dude, the weather has been fucking unbelievable lately. So, spoke too soon. All right, so, no, we're good. So, I'm going to say the average temperature for the 10-day forecast is sitting around 65 degrees. Maybe even more. It goes 65, 65, 73, 75, 70, 49, 58, 66. What's that, dude? Welcome to Utah. It goes 75, 70, 49, 58, 66. What's that, dude? What is that? But anyway, and sunset is at 8 p.m. officially as of today. So that's very cool. Makes me want to be outside and do all that stuff. So, yeah, an outdoor workout, if I did the podcast, would only add in 15 minutes per day. Because I'm already, like I said, that's how I got off. Doing the reading. I am doing the water. I'm already doing one workout. Second workout would only be 15 minutes if I do the podcast at the same time. Sometimes I probably wouldn't. And the no diet, or the I have to be on a diet, that would be great. No alcohol, no cheat meals, that'd be great. I don't even drink alcohol as it is. And then, what am I missing here? Progress photo. So, I mean, shit, I don't know. That's just when I was feeling great, man. So maybe I just need to do that again. That combined with the blade. Ooh. Blade 3. Almost on blade 3, dude. All right. Well, anyway, that's all I'm going to say. I got to get editing these videos and shit. So now that this podcast is done, though, I have till 8 o'clock. So I have an hour, probably an hour and a half. I'm not going to get them all done. But yeah, so as far as the deferred resignation goes, I am not betting on it, but I am hopeful because of what I've been told. Because they say, I don't see any reason why. And so if that's the case, man, then then I got a couple weeks of work left and I'm done. And I have to make this happen. So, okay. That's all I got. That's all I got for you guys today. As always, thanks for listening. Check out the other podcast, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace out. That's it for today. If you got some sort of value or you were entertained, please consider leaving a rating on the platform that you're listening on. It helps a ton. If you are looking for a more polished version of this show, you can check out the Allegiant Excellence podcast, where I go deep into mindset, discipline, fitness, and personal development as a man. And don't forget to check out the links below and read the description. There are sometimes things written there that didn't quite make it on the episode. So thank you so much for your ongoing support and a guy that has massive ambition but nothing to show for it quite yet. And as always, thank you for taking time out of your day to listen and support. I'll see you tomorrow.